And I was thinking, how incredible would it be if kids grew up with a service list? And how would that change motivation? Because I feel we repeat what we reward. And I feel like we've never really seen that case study yet up until maybe, your case study and the people that are following with the Giving Pledge. That service becomes a natural part of life at that scale. I think we see it in smaller communities. You see people with very little actually doing so much, but you don't necessarily see it at that level. And so I find that changing that drive and motivation early on, which it seems like your mother had for you, your impact of faith had in you, I think that could be huge. I don't know what you think about people seeing a service list instead of a rich list or whatever the right word is.
Sadly, the wealth metric is an easier one to compute than the impact you've had philanthropically. And part of the beauty of philanthropy is there's many causes out there. I've tried to think through, okay, since we know how to save lives for $1,000 per life saved, wow, we better use this money as absolutely best we can. And I do think we're going to see a rise in philanthropy. I mean, these fortunes are almost illegitimate unless they are in a very smart way given back. If it's consumption, if it's dynasty, I don't think society should feel that good about it. And, I sat down with Bernie Sanders and he said, no, he would outlaw billionaires. I think that's a mistake. I think allowing in America, in particular, wild innovation, wild risk-taking is good. But then on the backside of that, there should be a strong expectation. And I think role models help a lot. Warren Buffett, in very different industry, very different skill set. He's always been a role model and was the one who even when I was still building the fortune said, okay, your mom is right, and here's some books you should read, Carnegie, Gospel of Wealth, the history of what Rockefeller did, because this will be an important, as important a measure of your impact as making the money.
Yeah, I think that's such a brilliant lesson and wonderful one to pass on. I think it was Trump who mentioned recently that you'd asked to see him to have a discussion. Did that meeting ever happen?